speaker before we break for tea is architect Ravindra Kumar. This course material is Materials and Methods in Building Construction. Sixth semester. It's on page 53 of the document.
Hi everybody. Apologies for my delayed sort of arrival. I got yelled at by Bharat. Sorry. Okay, what I've actually done is I was assuming that there would be a larger group of people here and not just architects, so there'll be lots of students and stuff like that. But this was also a prelude of something that I had done at Keene State, New Hampshire, where we talked about the understanding of construction and the subject of construction as to how it has to be taught in architectural education. So based on that, I did not really looking at the steel plane truss or a pre-engineered building, the roof form or the junctions of it. Instead of that, it would make a lot of sense to actually understand the architectural method of looking at construction ideas. Even in our college back when we started studying, things were whether we studied a queen post truss or a king post truss or the same junction, it was a sort of a repetition, and we always looked back at previous year's drawings and we did the famous GT, glass tracing, and everybody literally escaped out of doing the same parameter rather than trying to explore. And even if you look at materials, certain materials become redundant within a certain period of time. So how do you evolve that? And I think what we never learned was the method in which two materials would want to meet or should meet, or the method in which innovation is possible to re-explore the idea of design through this detail, because more and more what we see is that a lot of work that gets done in the construction arena is becoming very specific to vendors, which means to say it becomes a design build ability, or there's a lot of shop drawing that has to be done in construction directions of late because of the complexity of what gets built. Therefore, the parameters of what we do could be an exercise to understand constructability, but not necessarily the main core of how to do roofing system within that short period of time. It's more, I think, a generic exercise. So therefore, there should be a curriculum in that particular fragment without restricting it to look at only a roof panel or a wall panel or a PEB kind of a structural element. So if there is a variation, it makes a lot of sense. And also understand it historically, understand it as a geometry, understand as what was magnanimous through those abilities. Construction methodologies that we have arrived at are varying, whether the same geometry can be achieved in different ideas, in different scales and different spaces. So when you look at here as a method of steel building, specific to the core semester of 2014 ARC 6.2, under that heading, if we look at as a parameter of the outline, if we just look at roof element, what is its understanding to climate, or the understanding of it as a geometry, or what does it do from the inside to outside. So these understandings of the material in a construction idea becomes also very imperative. And what it means in terms of the direction and how much steel can be embedded inside an element of another foreign material, or how it can be transformed. So our work also in some way has been trying to explore that, and I've learned more and more from different scales that it's the same questions that appear in various fragments and how you can understand these together. Therefore the exploration of these ideas, whether the whole thing is a pre-engineered building and whether it needs its expression to the outside at all becomes a question, or whether the engineered building can just be a parameter of the structure itself. So therefore, these kind of answers can be evaluated at a more theoretical level and then arrive at the construction of each of these ideas as drawing material rather than be seen. For example, a project where we did, the whole building is completely out of steel, as what here it is outlined to understand the junction of two elements of vertical members of steel, or the junction of horizontal to a vertical member, and how the roofing system would work as metal sheeting, and then there's concreting. And it is not necessary that it has to be all visible as what it is. It can also host a lot of other external ideas of material spaces to the exterior. So another important parameter that we've always followed in the method in which we learn or teach to our community and also practice in the work that we can do is to draw manually. I think in our course material we've seen that a lot of work that we have learned as part of college or program in terms of our teaching methods is always been using tools of manual drafting or computer aided design. So I think there has to be a priority force majeure into each individual to try and draw them and understand the physical method of communication, because more and more you realize that when you have to interact and discuss and share with a larger group of people, you cannot use always aided mechanisms, whether it's the T-square or the parallels or a drawing board or a computer. All these will become redundant. So it becomes very important for us to draw this physically to understand. And a lot of it means at the junction. And we've been in largely in various capacities successfully even in dictating the junction of how an external to internal would work, how a steel to aluminum would work, a steel to glass would work. So therefore, to understand this and to communicate this, it becomes imperative that the method of drawing becomes very important, and how that drawing gets transformed later on into various methods would become important. And it is important that this course syllabus has to keep on evolving or keep on changing as we see years pass by, because it cannot be a standard syllabus which can be framed to a certain period of time, and it will stand redundant within a period of less than half a decade. So therefore, how do we reformat these and how do we reprogram this becomes a necessary direction. So therefore, I think prima facie, without even going into the specifics of one method or one idea of engineered building or a roof system or a vertical system, it is important to leave it generic and leave it as a choice to make people choose literally within the class group, so that it's not that all of them have to draw the same element. One could choose timber, one could choose steel, one could choose pre-engineered concrete method of construction, and that can sort of progress itself towards the understanding of the construction methodology to it, rather than understand it otherwise as just course material restricted to the syllabus or specified within the syllabus that you have to understand roofing system, you have to understand stanchions and sort of steel structure. So thank you.